welcome once again to these dialogues on business of retail, where we talk about senior businessmen who have built a retail business and scaled it up and helped a lot of people with their products. Today, we have a very tall business leader who needs no introduction, and India is privileged and proud to have him as a business leader in the country, because he's called the pure water man of India, right? So I like to welcome the founding chairman and managing director of Kentaro, Mr. Mahesh Gupta.
Namaskar.
Mr. Mahesh Gupta ji is alumnus of IIT Kanpur. He also went and did his masters from Petroleum Institute in Dehradun. He's an honorary doctorate. He's got an honorary doctorate. He's got so many awards. He's an entrepreneur. He's a mentor. He's a social cause champion. He's also a leader in various chambers, and which ultimately leads to policy making. I mean, I can go on and awards he has won and everything, but not taking much time. These things you can find on the internet. Today, our main focus is, trying to get his wisdom and nuggets of wisdom, where we can understand that what makes businesses successful, what makes humans successful, and what is how it feels when you are giving largely. Welcome, welcome, Dr. Mahesh Gupta.
Thank you, Vedji. Thank you very much.
So my first question is that you've tremendously succeeded, but it has not been an easy journey, right? So can you tell us and our viewers, what is your personal mantra for success? What made you successful?
Well, I don't know whether I've got success or not. It's the other people who have to say whether I got the success or not. I still feel I am continuing in my journey of doing good work which is required. I have been passionate about conserving oil, passionate about providing good drinking water and saving energies, because that's what the planet requires. And I have been continuing my journey in this direction. It's people like you and your viewers who think that I am successful. But if you ask me what is the mantra, well, my mantra is you should be passionate of what you do. That's very important. And that will bring you the result.
Right. So I was, watching some interviews and reading about you. So, I mean, you never wanted to create water purifiers, right? But I think a small incident where you were traveling and your both kids had jaundice, and that's what really intrigued you, and you started researching and getting into this, and you made the first water purifier at your home. So, but then the next 4 years were very, very troublesome, which I can read somewhere. So can you share us those challenges and how you overcome those challenges? So any new business faces a lot of challenges and roadblocks, but persistence.
Absolutely. I think not 4 years. I put it 6 to 7 years were very, very challenging for me into water purification industries. Because I came into this business of water purification, which is a consumer product. My earlier experience had been oil flow meter manufacturing and marketing, which was a B2B business that we used to sell it to industries, wherein your contact with the industries, presentation was more important rather than a brand name out there. So, right. Because we could convince them on technical features. But when I came into this product, because I liked water purifier to be a good product for cleaning water, which is essential to life. But I ventured into water purifier when my competition had, one single competitor had more than 80% market share. And it was synonymous with the name of water purifier. A. B, the product which they were selling was only 4,000 rupees against 20,000 rupees, which I started selling my RO water purifier. So it was very difficult to sell a high cost product at no brand value. And how do I convince people, large number of people, that yes, you need to buy this product? So that was very, very difficult to go through. If I wanted to make dealers and distributors, they were not sure whether I'll be able to service for the life of the product. They never knew my values, and they could never trust me because we were not there in the market. So you talk of any feature of any value of my product, it was difficult to get established. No brand name, no servicing record, no network. And then how do I sell? I said, let me go back to the drawing table. Let me say how I'm selling oil kilometer. I said, let's go house to house. So don't aim very big. Aim a small number of people. So year by year, I kept on adding. And these were the biggest challenges. That many times in this journey of 6 to 7 years, I had the option, why am I here? Am I really required to be here as a business? Can I not continue to do my B2B business? Many times these ideas came to my mind. But then there was some hope in my mind that if people are using my product, are so happy, why should I quit this? People require an oil. Besides oil kilometer, they require a water purifier. So I must be out here. And I'm saying this journey has not ended. My dreams are yet not fulfilled. Surprised to note that only 5% of the population in India uses a RO water purifier, which is so essential to every home. For whatever reasons, I'm not going to those reasons right now. But look at the penetration of non-necessary products. That is far more, about 60%, 50%, every product. But water purifier is only 5%. So we still have a lot of scope. But now I feel established in the business because we are the dominant player in terms of number one player, 40% market share with me. So I feel that I am at home now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can imagine those. You come from a service background. I've heard that your father was also a serviceman. You also started a job, and then suddenly you jumped into. You
Right.
formed a SS engineering, which you are talking about. I think the B2B business. But then these 6 years, मैम ने कभी नहीं बोला कि बस हो गया छोड़ दो.
मैं तो आपको बोला उन्होंने भी बोला मैंने भी बहुत बार सोचा why I'm in this business. But smile on the consumer's face gives you the confidence, gives you the passion that you need to work.
Yeah, so that passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all my conversations, what I've learned is that passion comes from the purpose also. So I think जो आपका ये purpose, because you created the first RO in the country, right? Otherwise, we had UV purifiers, and as you have been saying in other talks, that UV only kills the bacteria and the viruses and the other.
What is dissolved in water? What is dissolved in water is not removed by UV purifier. And correct. That's more dangerous. That's more dangerous.
Yes, and we are 70-80% water, 60 to 80% water as humans. So I think I think your purpose was more important than the will to or the the pressures to shut down.
No, absolutely right. See, passion and the purpose both go together. If you are on a higher purpose, then you get more passionate. Yes, you need to do it, and you can take your failures along with you. I won't call them failures, but your challenges along with you.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I say all failures are feedbacks.
Yeah.
So there are no failures.
Yeah.
No, but that's interesting. And the second phase in your journey, I think. So what we are trying to achieve here is that all the retail leaders who are watching, or entrepreneurs or startup founders who are wanting to start their business or are in a journey, they should understand that even brands like Kentaro, who has reached a level of 800-900 crore turnover, has not come there just like that. And it's not a sprint race. Okay, entrepreneurship is not a sprint. It has to be a marathon, and you have to stay there, be there. So, that's why I'm asking all these questions. So the second phase, I think, came when you realized, which is also mentioned on your website, that we realized that marketing and advertising is very important. So tell us something about that.
Yeah, you see, I said 6 years went on like this. The journey was going on. We were still selling. Not that, but the volumes were not coming. And then the realization came to us after this experience that people will not buy unless they have a confidence in the brand. If I have to have network, I have to have distributors, I have to have retailers. They have to trust me, and they will trust me only if I have a brand. So we realized that branding is an important element of consumer marketing. So B2B can go without branding, but B2C cannot do business without branding. So we realized it late, but we realized it. So we decided that if we have to go it, we have to go 100%. So if we have to advertise, either television or print is important. And then if you have to advertise in an effective way, then a brand ambassador is a must, because most consumer brands have a brand ambassador. So we did both of them together. So we did approach Hema Malini, and she agreed to do our brand after testing our product. She said, "Mere ghar mein to purify lagao. Let me see how good that product is." You are saying it is so nice. Although there was no law at that time that somebody should recommend only once they are confident. But you know the way she is. So she decided she liked it. She says, "You are for a good cause, so I'll come over." But then we decided in 2005 to take her, and we did take her in March 2005. But I had no money to go to television. It was a small company. So any television going means you require 3-4 crores of rupees minimum to go even on news at that time.
Today, though, it is more.
Today, if you have to go to television, you should have at least budget of 20-30 crores. If you don't have 20-30 crores, you just don't think about it. I said, I don't have that much of money, so what to do? A brand ambassador is there. I said, okay, let me shoot and let me go to print now. Print was quite popular at that time.
Yes.
So 2005, we went to print only, no television, with a small budget. But once she was on, she was our face, and we went into the newspaper. So people started recognizing us now. People started getting more confidence. And then I had the courage next year. Okay, let me make a television commercial. Let me put myself into television. In 2006, we did a TVC, and he was there on the television show. And I think thereafter, I have not looked back, because we continued to spend on marketing, and we have learned quite a hard way how to do good marketing expense. And I have not gone through the recognized channels to put my media plan, to put my expenditure plan. I have certain beliefs, and I use those beliefs to make this branding. Now people call it, okay, I have done it very unique way.
No, I think you went on to do cricket then, and reach out a larger audience.
Cricket, cinema, news. So I took a 360-degree view of everything. But one belief which I like to share in your platform, my belief which I have transformed into my media spend, is that I have never busted the money in a go. So you spend all your money in 1 month, and then 11 months you're silent. I said, I'll do a small spend every month, but I'll be continuously present in the media. And I think it's a record that we have been advertising for 18 years. And not a single day or single month I would be off into some media or the other. And I'm always available, either television going on every month in some channel or the other, or newsprint I'm available at all time or the other. Because my belief is that the public memory is very poor. If people see something, they're likely to forget about it in few months. Because their space will be occupied by something else. So you need to be present all times to keep reminder to the public that you are there, you are there, you are there. And so I did that. And people used to say that, no, let's do a big blast 2 months and then you can rest for another 4 or 5 months. I said, no, I'll not do that. So I've avoided them. A. And B, I have kept my message very clear. One message has been there for 17 years. Can't data sabse shuddh pani. And I think people say when they were, because water purifier is required to have a pure water. And my message of Can't data sabse shuddh pani is consistent, is for 17 years. We may say many things in the beginning, but the end dialogue is always Can't data sabse shuddh pani. So this somehow or the other has entered into the mind of the consumers, and I have occupied some space of the mind of consumers. And I think that works.
Wonderful. Beautiful. This is so nice. So quickly, let me recap, that passion and purpose go hand in hand, and you can only succeed through these two. So passion is primary, purpose obviously go hand in hand, as Dr. Gupta said. Advertising is important, marketing is important, But the biggest takeaway from this conversation is that, consistency in visibility is important. So it's not that you have to do large bursts and then be there. So the consistency, not only in visibility, but also in messaging. So you have to stand by what your brand promises. I think this is so beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for sharing this with us.
I'll just add one more thing.
Yeah, please.
You said consistency. So one more consistency principle I'll tell you. For what I have done, I have not changed my brand ambassador for last 18 years. I think it's some type of a record here, people tell me. That and I had the pressures many times. I'll not mince my words from my agencies. So let's have somebody else. Let's have some change out here. I said nothing doing because not that I have any issues with her, but I said why?
Correct.
No, more younger person. You have to get to the younger people. So younger face should be there. Agencies have their own reasons to tell you, yes. And then people get swayed by the recommendations. I have a very strong belief that till she is there and she can come and appear, why should we change? But now people say this bond we have never seen in a brand. That whenever she comes, people remember you. Yes. I said that's what has happened with the consistency. So I thought I will just add on this point on consistency as well.
No, wonderful. This is so deep, so deep. This brings to me my third question. Because after your initial phases, when the growth needed to happen, and as you rightly said, it was difficult to get distributors on board. So it's always a chicken and egg situation. What came first, right? Whether you get the decent distributor network in place and then start advertising and spending on advertising so that you're known, or once you're known, then you will get dealers. So for all those who are sitting there and thinking about their go-to-market strategy, give us some thoughts on that. That I know we have discussed just now that how you progressed. But over a period of so many years, what is your experience? What should be?
Well, you said very clearly, and I will tell you my experience. And we continue to experience our new products even today. I'll share that experience also with you. See, the trade will not recognize you unless you are available to media. If we can go to trade, we can show him profitability. Well, you can have so much of profitability if you sell this product. But trade is always apprehensive. They want to sell what is easy to sell. They don't want to do a hard way of convincing a consumer coming to their shop, no, you must buy this. This is this advantage. Nobody has time today. And consumer also does not have time today. That he like to read everything, he like to listen to everything, and then we like to say, okay, let me take this product. So today people come with some research to the shop, and they have made a 50% at least of their mind what they want to buy. And this cannot happen unless there is a branding or a network there. And network will not come unless there is a branding. Because network will say, how do I sell? If consumer is not asking for it, how do I sell? So you will say, okay, I'll give you so much margin, much more margin. You will become non-competitive. You will sacrifice your quality.
Correct.
What else you can do? Because you cannot say, I'll sell at a higher price, but I'll not advertise. But if you sell at a higher price, you have some value into the product. Then you can make a formula for network. So I think it's very important to promote your product first, and then the network will go on. I said I'll tell you my experience. We have just launched BLDC pool fans, which saves 65% of electricity. Launched only about 2.5 months back. So we had to do a big campaign for advertisement of this new product, a new brand. Only then people said, okay, we'll like to keep it. And then there's a flow of network dealers and distributors now who want to take our agencies to sell our products. So my suggestion to all budding entrepreneurs is, if you are going to get into consumer space and you want to build the network, marketing network, you have to put some fuel. And fuel is in terms of branding.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I have my colleague Amisha who I'll bring in, and she'll ask all those questions for your new brand and various. So she has her point of view.
Sure.
Before I bring in her, one last question I want to ask is, when you grow, when you scale, people are very important in the organization. So the team is very important. So give us some ideas and experience, wisdom on what kind of talent you could gather and manage to attract. What was the main reason for that, and how even today you still get best of the talent in the company?
Okay, let me first confide in you that being with the organization for such a long time, still to attract the best talent is very, very difficult. I can't get people from IIMs and IITs to come to me and stay with me. We had appointed many people, but then their ambitions are of different class altogether. And I can't give them a challenging jobs, which they like to have. In a professional company, yes, or in a bigger company, they have challenging jobs, so they do go there. But in a company like us, our things are set in from the top management. And then these are very routine jobs of visiting dealers, distributors, working out with them. So we do get only, I would say, a second range of people into organization. But they do stay back with us for a long time. I would say the person who went into water purification is now my vice president. He's been with me for the last 20 years.
Wow.
So he's there. The team has been changing. But how do people stick to you? You have to give them some food for their mental challenges. They must understand they are helping the organization to grow. And then people do things. And then you have to lead by example. If I don't work with them and I don't give them ideas, and they don't feel that the boss is not helping me, then people don't stick to you. And if I can work, if they work for 8 hours and I do work for 9 hours, they say, oh, my boss is working, let me also work. You can't say, I'm going to have a call and you deliver the results to me. Then obviously the second range of people cannot do that. Maybe top people can do it. So you have to lead by examples, you have to work hard, you have to guide them, and then people do stick.
Wonderful. So at this point in time, I'll bring Amisha in. She will ask all questions related to the brand, new launches, stuff like that. Amisha, welcome in. So I would like to ask another question. After yes. Water purifier, I've heard that and read somewhere and saw that you moved into air purifiers. Then you moved into
kitchen appliances.
Yeah, appliances which clean the vegetable, for example. Yes. So where are we in that journey?
Well, I think once I was doing well into water purification industries, we were in kitchen. So I thought, let's do something in homes and kitchens, what is important. So you're finding difficulties in cleaning air, which is at home, so much of pollution. So we went into air purification industry. We designed air purifiers based on HEPA technology. And they were working very well. But again, there is a problem in consumers' mind space that if he looks at the air which is clean, he says, no, there is no contamination. Although you look into the data, you find your AQI level is 300, 400. But look, here, so people don't worry about air purification industry. Like water. Water is 5%. Why? Because you take a glass of water, it looks clean. People think it's a clean water. Why do I need to purify it? But they don't understand there is a pinch of impurity in this, which is dissolved. And then it takes a lot of time for some people to get convinced. Similarly, air purification industry is also in that type of a stage. Then vegetable cleaners. So people are using pesticides and insecticides in a big way in the farms. And the people are looking at organic products so that no chemicals are used. But we devised this product which can remove pesticides and insecticides from fruits and vegetables by dipping them into the ozone water. It's a very well established principle. We have got it tested. So it was selling well in the COVID time, but suddenly COVID goes away and people feel they are very healthy. They did not clean it.
So that's human psychology. And I think in both of your businesses and you face this problem of educating the consumer.
Yes. This is the most difficult. Two things. One is educating. Second is changing habits of people.
Yeah.
So these are the two big challenges. Education, you can still do it on the mass media. But even if you're educated, then changing habits is the most difficult thing of human nature. I'll give an example of changing habits. See, we sell cigarettes and we sell cigarette packs, and government has said it's dangerous to your health. They put so many photographs. So people know that this is not good for your health, but people still smoke because they're habitual to smoking. Similarly, you are habitual to doing your kitchen in a certain way, right? So to come
Yes.
out of that way and change your habit is the most difficult thing which we are trying to do. But then good things will need to continue. We need to continue to tell people that this is essential for you. And some people understand and they change it.
Yeah, I think, and it's so strange that even when changing habits, the way what you are wanting to happen to people, the choice between health and disease. Still, people are not doing it. I mean,
No, I told you example of smoking cigarettes.
yeah.
I can't give you a worse example than this.
No, quickly I bring in Amisha. Amisha,
So, sir, can you tell me what are the major challenges faced by the water purifier industry as yourself, and how is Kent RO addressing these challenges?
I said my biggest challenge today is how do I educate customers? One. So they look at the water and the water is clean, they say it's good water to drink. Whereas it may have some dissolved impurities or even some bacteria viruses.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, bacteria viruses are there, you will fall sick next day. You will have a diarrhea. But if there is a dissolved impurity in it, it will take years to understand its ill effect. You will get cancer, you will get many diseases. But they will be known to you after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Even then, it will be very difficult to identify it has come from water. So we tell people that if it has impurity, you have a lesser risk of any diseases if you drink a purified water. Now, people are not understanding this point A. The biggest difficulty again is changing habits of the people. People are used to drinking water or purifying water in a certain way. Some people purify water by boiling. They don't understand by boiling you can't remove what is soluble in water. If it's a salty water, you boil it, it remains salty. So if there is a water which has some dissolved impurities, it will remain with dissolved impurities. They don't understand this point. Then some people will say, okay, I drink the tap water. I did not drink anything else. Some people will say, if I go out from home, whatever water is available, I need to drink. So I need to have immunity with the bad water. Now, this is a logic which I can't defy. But people have this logic that they like to have immunity even to drink a bad water. Fair enough. So that's their life. So these are the challenges which we face. You ask the question, how do I overcome these challenges?
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Well, overcome is you continue to do your work, you continue to educate. We still continue to advertise, we continue to educate people from our website, we continue to educate in our advertisements, and we go our way. We have people, ambassadors sitting in the showrooms, demonstration boys. They will keep telling the consumers. That's the best we can do for the time being. And people do listen to us. It's not that if none would listen, maybe we'll not have any extra sales coming up. So each year we are able to convince some people and do sales.
Of course, of course. So this leads to my next question. Can you share the information about the Kent's new product line, Cool Fans, and
Yes.
explain the reasoning behind the decision to enter the fan market over other categories? Because as water purifier, you move to the fan category. How did it all came out? And tell me about that.
Well, I've been always fascinated towards uh, doing some things to save this planet. I went into oil conservation in the beginning because the oil is not going to last forever. I went to water purification because water is getting dirty. I went to air purification because air is getting dirty.
Yes.
Then I realized that energy is a big consumption. So wherever we can save electricity, I should work. So this technology came into my mind about 2 years back when I saw that BLDC technology is overtaking induction technology, which is used in fan. So we worked on this technology and made a fan which can save 60% of electricity. A normal fan consumes 70 watt of electricity, which is based on induction technology. Whereas a BLDC fan, which we make now, consumes only 28 watt of electricity. So 65% electricity. India uses 100 crore fans. Total fan population in India would be 100 crore. If all the fans are converted to BLDC technology, hypothetically I'm saying, then this nation would save 2 lakh crore rupees worth of money. So that's a motivation for me. It's a sustainable planet can be made. Planet can be made sustainable if people start changing over to the BLDC fan. So I think this made me proud to bring this item to the consumer space.
And actually, I feel so blessed to have this conversation with you right now, because you're doing so much for the consumers as well, right? So now I'm gonna ask you about the cool fans more. Like, as we know that Kentaro's established 40% of market share in the water purifier industry, right? So what strategies does your company plan to employ to gain significant share of the fan market, which is already dominated by the established brand? You know it, right?
Absolutely. See, there is a rule of three, as you know, in a consumer space. 70% of the market will go to three top brands. So is there in the fan industries. Yes. The three brands are occupying about the 60 to 70% space. Exactly. All our brands are at the end of this space. But one good thing is happening is once you have a proposition which we have put in, energy saving fans, and if all the fans are required to be replaced, so this industry will grow from 10,000 crores. My estimate is to 20,000 crores in 3 years' time. So once the expansion is going to happen, my interest is to capture that expansion in the market. It's not to take away business from the existing people, but it's to occupy a business when people will change fans. Today, nobody thinks of changing a fan. If you have a home and you have a fan and your home is 40 years old, you will continue to use that fan for 40 years.
Exactly.
In the meantime, you would have gone and changed curtains so many years. You would have got it whitewashed so many times. You would have changed your bed sheet. You would have done a lot of makeup in your room. But fans have never been considered. But today people will think of design aspect also, that I want a more beautiful looking fans. So you will look into fans. So this is the message which we are giving in our advertisement, that you must look at the stylish fans. We have called our cool fans as stylish fans. We call them as a power saving fans. So you must save electricity. So I think these two propositions will give me a growth which is going to happen in the industry to my brand. This is my proposition.
So it will be like Sone Pe Suhaga kind of thing, right? Yeah. Energy saving mode plus stylish looking fans. Wonderful. Like, I want to ask about the advertising thing. Like, Kent has allocated a total of rupees 100 crores for advertising. Yes. For the current fiscal year, right? And yes. 80% of that dedicated to promoting the existing product like RO product, yes. and other purifying products as well. The remaining remaining 20 crores has been allocated to promote cool fans, right? Yes. So yes. Considering Kent R's already established position as a water purifier brand, so does your company plan to allocate a larger portion of the ad spend towards promoting the cool fans in the future or this upcoming financial year?
Yes, I think our ad expenditure will go up a little more because we expect higher turnover to happen. So maybe from 100 crores, we'll go to 125 crores. And 40 to 50 crores, we'll give it to fan. And another 60 to 70 crores, we'll give it to our water purifier sector. This is what is rough thinking at the moment. But all plans are dynamic. They can change as we move along.
No, I meant to ask that the 80% is still going to Kent RO advertising, the spending on.
It will come down, no? In 125, okay. 80, it will remain at 100.
Okay.
But I'm saying about 40 to 50 will go to the fans.
Okay.
That 80% will come down to about 70% or 65%.
Okay. And
balance will go to the fans.
Okay.
It's a new entry, and in a new entry, I need to spend more.
Exactly. So, yeah, of course. So, I observe one more thing, that the brand ambassador of Kent RO is the same as cool fans. Don't you think that might confuse people, as Hema ji is already associated with water purifier category, and they will also see her as a face of cool fan as well. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think my thoughts are very well known to you because we have gone ahead with her. So, we feel that it will be beneficial to us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done that. And only time will tell us whether it's a good decision or a bad decision. We have to take a decision, so we have taken that decision.
Okay. I think I've already asked all my questions. Thank you so much for your time. I would like Ved sir to come in and continue the conversation.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Brilliant. So, Dr. Mahesh Gupta just started. It seems that's what you said, that you still have long way to go.
Yes.
So, what are your future plans? Where do you want to see the organization and your products in next 5 years, probably? And what do you think will take you there?
Okay, let me put it like this. I don't put numbers for 3 years and 4 years. Many people have asked me, why don't I go public and create wealth for myself? I said, no, I believe in my money much more than money of the investors. So I'll not go. Number two, I don't want to be driven by numbers. I want to be driven by purpose. Because if we drive by numbers, then you can sometimes go in a wrong path, which I don't want to go. So I'm not challenged by the investors. I'm not challenged by what I commit numbers. But I do have internal numbers in my mind that I have to go slowly to this level. And we will go that way. So I want to build this brand of cool fans in a big way, because I feel that even if I take out of a 2,000 crore market in 3 to 4 years' time, even if I take 5 to 10% market share, which I will certainly do that, I will be at least 1,000 crore brand in 3 years' time in fans itself. And obviously, water purifier will continue to grow at 10 to 15% as the industry grows. So we should be a 2,500 crore company in 3 years' time. But that's again not committed, not in public. Since you asked me, I keep those numbers in a theoretical way in front of me, and I'll keep working on that direction.
Yeah, so that comes from your deep spiritual bent, and I've seen that you have the blessing of Shri Ravi Shankar, and
yes, very much. He's really blessed in my life, and he's brought purpose to me.
Yes,
and his blessings are there with me. And whatever new products I've launched, I think I've been very grateful that he has come and blessed and launched those products to me.
Yes. So this brings us to the end of the conversation, and this would be my last question, where and then I would like to congratulate you for the new product launch, because the new consuming generation is very, very savvy and is very keen to look at products which are helpful for the planet, right? Which has probably happened.
They create sustainability in the environment.
Yes. So, either it has happened because of the pandemic, or it has happened because of the awareness levels going up. But this is where it is. So consumers will be very, very keen to, see that which all organizations, which all products are helping in sustainability. So give us a sense of, your ESG goals and how ESG is core to you right now, or you want to bring in very soon, and what are your future plans to that?
Well, I think it's important for each one of us to understand that we have come in this planet and we are utilizing the resource of this planet. And when we leave this planet, we should leave this as a better place to live for our children rather than destroy the planet, because future generations have to continue. And if you don't do that, then there will be a catastrophe. So I think with this objective, I have built my businesses around these goals itself, whether it's supplying clean water, whether it's supplying energies, consuming lesser energies, and purifying air. So I think I've been working on my product range into this, and I will continue to do this and continue to tell people that wherever you can save and consume less, I would say not only purify water, how you can reduce consumption of water. Where it's not necessary, don't waste the stuff. So that is my aim in life, and I'll continue to work in that direction.
No, thank you very much, Dr. Mahesh, and it had been a pleasure and an honor to have you around in this conversation. And I hope to look forward to having you again in few months or years' time to, look at your newfound journey and newfound passions.
Thank you, Shuklaji. It was wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you, Dr. Mahesh Gupta. It has been an
talk
honor.
to intellectuals like you, we also get some introspection. in our mindset. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amisha. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you.
you.